Um, right. First thing I'd like to say is thank you for being here. I didn't actually expect this to happen, to be honest. But I do have questions. If you feel intruded by any during any questioning, then feel free to say and that you don't want to answer this question. First thing I'd like to ask is what are your thoughts and opinions on the whole Marlowe situation? Like, do you think she's cheating? Or he, they, whatever they are, do you think they're cheating?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Like stun
Like,
slam macros, like power
uh,
catch macros, all that?
yeah, they're just full cheating, and
Damn.
yeah,
Fair enough, fair
there's
enough.
there's nothing to say.
Um, Second question is how do you think the whole Marlowe situation affected PvP tiers in a whole, just like altogether? How do you
PvP
think?
tiers.
Yeah, PvP tiers, sub tiers, just those two basically in general. How do you think those two tier lists were affected by the whole thing?
I think every single tier is just got a shot because like now MCPVP is getting created, so no one cares really about the tier lists
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a
basically.
old tier system, and I think still that sub tiers is the best currently thing to play competitive.
Because of like there's not many people being so
It's
manipulative.
just it's just the best community. Like you have normal game modes, no corruption, like small
Yeah,
corruption,
yeah.
not much cheaters, just the best. Like
Not much alting,
it's basically MC tiers, but like with other
but
game
a better
modes.
version.
Yeah, basically.
Fair enough, fair enough. Um, what do you think? Like, how do you think Marlowe still has control over these tier lists? And like, what would you say she still has control over? What ties does she have? What kind of ownership does she still have around MC tiers, PvP tiers, sub
I
tiers?
I I think there's it's my personal like
Yeah, yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
not
All this is like
my
your
any
opinion
facts. I think he's still managing stuff with MCPVP.
because of like the whole that they were owner and that they still have ties to Rai Rai, who's still a manager.
My point is that he gave it away for free, which I don't buy it. And
Yeah,
yeah.
that he gave it away to a friend as well, so that they could still have that kind of control.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you think is? How do you think though? Like I know I asked the question about what she owns and everything, but like what kind of stuff does she own? Like this, like the we know she owns the tier list, and well that she owned the tier list, that she still has a friend who's a manager in it, that's still corrupting all of it, that's still a
I mean,
manager in the tier
M
lists.
MC tiers doesn't exist, so like MC tiers
Yeah,
is a
it's now
thing.
MC PvP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with MCPVP, it's like in my opinion, Marlowe's. I don't know what is happening with Ray. I didn't even like think of that yet,
no,
but
Rai Rai is
um,
still a manager in the tier list, isn't he?
in MCPVP,
In MC PvP, yeah. In MC tiers before Dr. Donut and Dream bought it, she was sorry, he Rai Rai was still a manager. I'm not totally sure about now still, but they were a manager during the whole thing.
yeah, I don't know if he still is like right now for MCPVP, but I
Yeah,
think Marlowe is working with Dream and Donut as in like bugs, like behind the scenes with
behind the
like
scenes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ideas and
Like they
I don't
claim
know,
to have no
just help them.
affiliation with her.
Yeah, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, like another uncommon thing. Like I have this on my screen right now, but on the sub tiers website, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see copyright, like in the copyright mark 2025 Marlowe, all rights reserved. So, so an uncommon thing people don't know is that Marlowe still owns the sub tiers website. Um, I do believe that the MC tiers slash PvP tiers website slash MC tiers, whatever it is, um, it's all been taken over. That Marlowe has transferred like ownership of that, but some of the MC tiers and PvP tiers, like communities, are still being affected due to the fact that Marlowe is still screwing around with the bots sometimes. That some of the bots, like in pot PvP, the bot is down currently for testing, and people believe, like many people who are just regular people, some helpers, some mods believe that Marlow is still screwing around with the bot. What's your opinion on that? Like Marlow still kind of using the bots?
I don't know. Like I know for a fact that Marlow is still trying to do something. I don't know what yet,
Yeah, like they
and I
haven't
didn't look
uploaded a
into this.
video.
Yeah, I didn't look into this with like the pod situation, the bot,
Yeah,
but it's interesting what you're saying, and I feel like owning the website, just owning it, doesn't really matter. But if doing something
yeah,
with the mod does matter already, so
yeah. Like still having ownership, because we've seen everything about how she transferred ownership from MC Tears or from herself to Rai Rai, and how she transferred and how she left PvP Tears because she disagreed with some of the beliefs that PvP Tears had. But
yeah.
we didn't
Speaking
see.
of that, I'm
Yeah,
gonna send you something interesting that happened today.
right.
This, two things. This one and the answer to that. This one, which is still again pretty interesting.
Right. So
You can read that.
she's not on mcpvp.com, Lamau. Marlow still owns the MC Tears website and added themselves as number one again. Use use the mcpvp.com leaderboard for the accurate and up-to-date leaderboard. Does that mean Rai Rai lied when he said it was all transferred to him? Now that is quite interesting, actually. Thank you for sending that. But I actually agree with you. I do think, or like, agree with those messages. I do believe Rai Rai lied about the ownership of
Okay.
how of how Danger Marlow. I'm just gonna call them that now because that's what the internet's been calling them. Um, Danger Marlow has still got ownership, as we still see. So I don't totally believe. I think there's still things that Marlow has what we don't see, what we don't think about, what we don't hear about. So I think
Mm.
Marlow has pretty deep ties. So
At the same time, randomizer hinted in the video call from the refund video,
yeah,
he suggested that Marlo don't want to tell Rai Rai that he's Danger Mario. That's
because they
what
want to still keep
randomizer.
that friendship because Marlow's lied
Yeah,
to them.
yeah, which would mean that Rai Rai didn't know about
Any of
Marlo being
this.
Mario.
Exactly. Well, I have no more questions now. I have nothing else to ask. Thank you for